If you have sleep disorders, and especially snoring and sleep apnea, that's not sexy. And then, most of the time, you go out to a home or to an overnight sleep center and get your testing, and they stick this thing on your nose, and you kind of look like an elephant and you're a rhinoceros, and then that's even less sexy. So what the heck are we thinking? CPAPs are great methods of treatment, but they're not always appropriate for sleep disorders. And us dentists have a huge opportunity to incorporate sleep appliances and bring sexy back to life. I understand what's involved with wearing a CPAP. About 10 to 12 years ago, I was diagnosed with sleep apnea, and my treatment at the time was a CPAP, and I hated it. And yet that was all that was available at the time. Well, since then, I have transitioned and I use now an oral appliance. I personally use the Moses, and I love it. I no longer have to wear that thing all night. I don't have to, every time I turn, get practically strangled. And I'm not putting down CPAPs for people that need them and have to have them, but for those that are appropriate for an oral appliance, it's a much easier way to go. And I get to wear that. I can wake up at night, go get my drink of water. I can do whatever I want because I'm not tethered to the corner here with this hose that's sticking on my nose. And even then, this is the worst part, I'd have the humidifier, and I like sleeping when it's cool, and it would condense in there. And about 2 o'clock in the morning, it felt like I was being waterboarded. I'd get this flush of water down my nose, and it was because it was all the water building up. And I'd wake up thinking, what the heck? And I like to swim, but man, that's crazy. So trust me, the oral appliance, when it's appropriate, I'd like to share that with everybody that I can. It is so much easier, and there are quite a few appliances that you can offer to your patients, and I strongly suggest do your research and find out about each one. Some of the main ones are the TAP-T, the Somnodent, and the Moses. I personally use the Moses because it allows space for my tongue to be placed anteriorly. Also, it really is effective in moving my lower jaw forward, so I don't occlude back there. And that's when I had my CPAP. Without an oral appliance, the air was going in, but I would still go to a resting place where my tongue would stop the flow of air. And they put a strap on my head I had to wear at night. I mean, it was a mess. And nothing, you know, I'd wake up less energized than when I went to bed. Now, I go ahead and I wear my appliance. I don't even use a CPAP. I've been tested, I do titration studies afterwards, and I sleep like a baby. So it's easy. You can get training for these. Most sleep programs that you can go to have additional portions to them where you can get the training. It's a simple process. Get the education and start this in your practice right away and bring sexy back to people's lives. Now, being a business owner, what I find, you want profit centers in your business. And one of the biggest profit centers going forward is incorporating sleep disorders into your practice. It's fully aligned with an overall health and a total health approach in a dental practice. It's like a layer you put on the outside of your practice. You're still doing the things you do well, but you add this layer of sleep. The opportunities are huge. They say there's about 400 to 500 people with sleep apnea in every practice. You're charging $2,000 to $3,000 for each one of those. The numbers add up pretty quickly. And then if you go outside your practice and bring people in for that reason, you get known for that, you have an exponential chance to increase revenues while you're doing an awful lot of good for people. So check out the links below and find out more information on how you can incorporate this into your practice.